Friends, we have been studying verb in detail. We discussed the tenses and different forms of verbal participle and noun participle. We have discussed the tense in detail, that is the past tense, present tense and future tense, and then different forms of verbs like verbal participle or noun participle. We shall take up a new topic today, that is we will be discussing the continuous form of a verb. We shall take up a few sentences in English and then go to Tamil. She is singing. He was running to catch a bus. I shall be visiting London next year. There are three sentences. She is singing. He was running. I shall be visiting. All the verbs have this suffix ing to denote the continuous form of the verb concerned. The continuous form of the verb sing is singing because you have added the suffix ing, and so also running is the continuous form of the verb run. We have added ing here. So ing is the suffix to be added to a verb to make it continuous. Another thing, she is singing, he was running, I shall be visiting. This is present tense, this is past tense, and this is future. All these three, whatever be the tense, have the base to be. This is the basis verb. They have taken different forms. To be is the basic verb. So this denotes present tense, past tense and future tense. From this we have to come to a conclusion that there will be two verbs in a continuous form. Two verbs, this is one and the other is this. There will be two verbs in a continuous form. The first verb will give you the tense and the second verb will give you the action and the continuous form of it. The first verb gives you the tense, the second verb gives you the action, and the continuous sense. The suffix that is used for making a verb into a continuous form is ing. Kondu is the suffix equivalent to ing. As you have in English, we need two verbs. The major difference between these two languages is, in spite of the fact that there are two verbs in both the languages, the position differs. That is, the first verb will denote action and continuous sense. The second verb will denote the tense. Now you need a verb. To make it continuous, you add the suffix kondu to a verb. Which form of verb? This doesn't go well with that. That's why we studied verbal participle before this. So the verbal participle form of shay, anybody? Can you guess what it is? Shay is a verb to do. Its verbal participle form is shaydu. What is the principle behind the verbal participle form? The root of the verb, the past tense marker minus the person marker plus the suffix u. So, shaydu is the verbal participle form of shay. I add this shaydu kondu. Shaydu kondu. நான் செய்து கொண்டு இருக்கிறேன். நான் செய்து கொண்டு இருக்கிறேன். இரு again has the same basis. This is one verb and the other is this. This denotes the action and the continuous sense. This denotes the tense. What is the tense? Kiru is the tense marker. So, naturally, this is present tense. The pattern is just the same as we had in English. The only difference is the verb that denotes the tense is put afterwards. நான் செய்து கொண்டு இருக்கிறேன். Non-subject, so naturally the person marker is ஏன். இருக்கிறேன். நான் செய்து கொண்டு இருக்கிறேன். I am doing. What am I doing? I am doing some work. நான் வேலை செய்து கொண்டு இருக்கிறேன். What is the action? Shay. What is the marker for the continuous tense? Kondu. What is the tense? Present tense. You learn it from the present tense marker. So, the last verb, the second verb, denotes the tense. Naturally, it can have any tense. செய்து கொண்டு இருந்தேன், past tense. நான் வேலை செய்து கொண்டு இருந்தேன். This is past tense marker. So, this is past tense. What will be the future tense form? இருப்பேன். For non, it will be இருக்கிறேன், இருந்தேன் and இருப்பேன். In between, you get an action and the continuous sense. So, when you want to make a verb into a continuous form of verb, you have to add the suffix kondu to the verbal participle form of that particular verb. This is a verb, you know. Va, to come. What is the verbal participle form of this va? Again, you have to remember the process. It becomes va. It takes up the past tense marker. It needs something else to get combined. It becomes vandu. So, it will be vandu kondu irundhen. Avan vandu kondu irundan. He was coming. Avan vandu kondu iruppan. He shall be coming. So, kondu is the suffix for this form of verb. There are two verbs. One denotes the action and the other denotes the tense. Erudu, to write. She is writing. How will you put it? அவள் எழுது plus கொண்டு இருக்கிறாள். Am I right? I have fulfilled all the requirements. I have got two verbs. This denotes the tense. This denotes action. And I have added the suffix. Am I right? I am not right. For எழுது is not the verbal participle form of எழுது. So, this has to be எழுதி, verbal participle form. So, to combine these two, this ka gets doubled or another sound is introduced. எழுதிக் கொண்டு இருக்கிறாள். She is writing. எழுதிக் கொண்டு இருந்தாள். She was writing. எழுதிக் கொண்டு இருப்பாள். She will be writing. Now, this word எழுதிக் கொண்டு ends with U, a short U, a vowel, and this begins with E, another vowel. So, this is written this way also. You add எழுதிக் கொண்டு plus இரு, எழுதிக் கொண்டிரு, எழுதிக் கொண்டிருக்கிறாள். If you separate them, there is no sin. You can write it that way or combine it this way. These are verbs which are similar in sound. Paadu, to sing. Odu, to run. Aadu, to play. You add the suffix here and they will become பாடிக்கொண்டு, ஓடிக்கொண்டு, ஆடிக்கொண்டு. So, you need the verbal participle form of a verb and then add kondu, the suffix. Then you have an auxiliary verb, another verb which denotes the tense, and that is always iru, as you had to be in English. You remember this word tungu or its synonym orangu, both mean to sleep. So, they will become tungi and orangi respectively, and accept this kondu. தூங்கிக் கொண்டு உறங்கிக் கொண்டு இருக்கிறாள். You remember this verb padu, to lie down. Kedu, to spoil something. Tadu, to prevent. We have not seen this verb earlier. Padu, kedu, tadu. Padu is to lie down, you know that. Kedu is to spoil somebody. It's a transitive verb. How will they change? You must have the verbal participle form of these verbs. Padu, you must remember the past tense, marker and the way how to make a verbal participle form from out of a verb given. So Padu will take it in the past tense, it gets double, who is added, Padu to lie down, Paduthukondu lying down, Padikkiren, Padi to read. Can you find out the difference I have introduced? All along, I have been making use of the verb iru to denote the tense. I use this as the second verb, as the last verb to denote the tense. Now I have replaced it with padi. Padi is to read. Padu is to lie down. Nan, read it this way. Nan paduthukondu padikkiren. Nan padikkiren. I read. I read lying down. நான் படுத்துக்கொண்டு படிக்கிறேன். So, the second verb denotes the tense and at times it can denote an action also. படுத்துக்கொண்டு படித்தேன், past tense. படிப்பேன், future. பாடிக்கொண்டு நடக்கிறாள். பாடிக்கொண்டு நடக்கிறாள். பாடு to sing. பாடிக்கொண்டு singing. Nada to walk. She walks singing. She sings while she walks. அவள் பாடிக்கொண்டு நடக்கிறாள். Here you find another verb has been introduced. So a verb is being done, an action is being done continuously. பாடிக்கொண்டு நடக்கிறாள். She walks. She continues walking, and while walking she sings. So the singing also continues. So she walks singing all the while. Here also I have introduced a different verb. நான் என் ஆசிரியரை தேடிக்கொண்டு போனேன். நான் போனேன். I went. என் மை ஆசிரியர் teacher. I have used the accusative form of the case. Second case. ஆசிரியரை தேடு to search. தேடிக்கொண்டு போனேன். I went in search of my teacher. நான் என் ஆசிரியரை தேடிக்கொண்டு போனேன். I tried to give you an exercise. So better remember this. Try to practice it at home and come. தேடிக்கொண்டு, I used it earlier. தேடிக்கொண்டு searching. வா, come. Come searching. Come searching for what? Anything. So this must have an object. Now I want to split this. தேடி கொண்டு வா. தேடி verbal participle. கொண்டு வா bring. Search and bring. If I don't give a hiatus, a break between these two verbs, then it becomes continuous form of தேடு. தேடிக்கொண்டு வா. Come searching for something. So today we have attempted to learn the continuous form of verbs. We made use of a suffix to indicate that sense, and we made use of the verbal participle form of a verb plus another verb which indicated the tense. Rest in the next class.